Hello everyone and welcome to the time saver video of test taking skills. This video is called, Is This the Right Answer? This is going to help you be sure of your answers on your tests. So the first way of telling if your answer is right is if it's the only one that makes sense. So if the answer you chose is the only one that seems to be true, then it is definitely correct. This strategy can be used to any kind of question on a test, but it may be more useful in multiple choice questions, like the one that we're going to see next. So this example question is asking what 5 times 5 is, and we know that 5 times 5 is 25. So, and the way that we got to that was that we ruled out 191 because they're way too high, and 55 also seems too high. So we're going to choose 25 because that's the only one that really makes sense. Our next kind of way of knowing if your answer is right or not is if it includes a dead giveaway clue. Now, many questions have specific vocabulary, signs, or signals that the answer should also include. So if your answer includes them, then it's probably right. This strategy can be used with multiple choice questions and matching questions, but can also be applied to others too. Let's look at an example. So this question says match each mode of persuasion to its appeal. Now, we know that logos is going to go with logic. We know that ethos is going to go with ethics, and that pathos is going to feelings, right? And we got this because we're using the dead giveaway clues that the modes of persuasion have, and we're using the Latin roots. So log goes with log, eth goes with eth, and pathos, you're going to have to use context clues and background knowledge to figure that one out. The next way of knowing if your answer is right is if you followed all the right steps and your answer is present. Now, there's always a right way to do a problem, and if you follow the right processes all the way through without mistakes, and your answer is a choice, then it's correct. And I'm talking about more multiple choice questions in this approach. Let's look at an example. So the question says expand the expression, which is this one right here. And these are all the choices on the multiple choice, right? So the process that I got to here was by foiling, which is first, outer, inner, and last, and multiplying those. So here are our steps. We're going to do x times x times 4, 6 times x, and 6 times 4. And when we combine like terms, we are going to get the final expression x squared plus 10x plus 24, and that matches with B. So you can see that we did the right steps, we got an answer, and then our answer is also there. The next way to know if your answer is correct is if you fully explain the subject. So a question might ask you to explain how a system works or why an answer is wrong, and you really want to make sure that you explain fully and cover the important steps and issues. And this is going to work best with open response questions. So the example shown is how digestion works in the human body and what the pathway and process of it is. And we know that our answer is correct. We're just going down the pathway and explaining it fully and explaining the process fully to our best ability. The next way of knowing if your answer is right or not is if you do it 2 different ways and get the same answer. Now, this strategy works well in short answer questions. And the way that you know that it works is if you do it 2 ways and then you get the exact same answer both times. Our example here is that if you have a molar mass of 24.31 and the atomic number is 12, which chemical element is it? Now, the answer is magnesium, and we use that because we have 2 clues here. We have the molar mass clue, which is 24.31, and the atomic number. Now, if we rely on just one of those, we are going to get magnesium, and when we combine those 2 things, then we're sure that our answer is magnesium. Our last way to know if your answer is correct or not is if you use context clues to get it. Now, this strategy is targeted toward fill-in-the-blank questions, and it's going to guide you to get to the right answer when you're using these context clues. This example said, this question is asking, okay, President Abraham Lincoln issued the what proclamation, which declared that all slaves held in captivity would be free? Now, the answer is emancipation, and we got to that answer by using the context clues before and after the blank. Now, we know that President Abraham Lincoln issued some kind of proclamation, and the proclamation declared that all slaves would be free. Now, we have to use some background knowledge to get to the answer, but the right answer is emancipation. And that's all, folks. So good luck on your next test, and be sure to use all of these ways of knowing.